So this is a family road trip. The wife and I are packing up and we're heading out of East Tejas and we're going over to Birmingham, Alabama for a couple days. She got some family out there, or I should say we got some family out there getting married, which is always a wonderful occasion. And then after that, we're going to pack in a couple of days down in NOLA, and which is going to be my first time spending any time by choice in the state of Louisiana. And we're going to be going to the French Quarter. So this is a family road trip, and here we are just packing up and getting on that road, and the adventures are all to come. So this is Vicksburg. This is just after we crossed over the Mississippi River into Mississippi. A couple things to note about Vicksburg. Vicksburg, Mississippi played a crucial role in the American Civil War, particularly during the campaign known as the Siege of Vicksburg. The city was strategically important because it was located on the Mississippi River, which served as a vital transportation route for the Confederacy. Control of Vicksburg meant control of the river, effectively splitting the Confederacy in two. In 1862, the Union Army under Ulysses S. Grant recognized the significance of Vicksburg and attempted several assaults to capture it. However, the city was heavily fortified and defended by Confederate General John C. Pemberton. The decisive moment came in 1863 when Grant launched a campaign to capture Vicksburg. After several months of maneuvering and skirmishes, Grant's forces surrounded the city and laid siege to it starting in May of 1863. The siege lasted for 47 days, during which the Confederate troops and civilians faced severe shortages of food and supplies. On July 4, 1863, Pemberton surrendered Vicksburg to Grant, marking a significant turning point in the Civil War. This victory gave the Union control of the Mississippi River and effectively divided the Confederacy, making it difficult for them to move troops and supplies. The fall of Vicksburg, along with the defeat of the Confederate forces at Gettysburg just a day earlier, is often considered a turning point in the war. Today, Vicksburg is home to the Vicksburg National Military Park, which commemorates the siege and the battle, preserving the history of this pivotal moment in American history. Now, that park's not where we were at, but nevertheless, that's a little bit about Vicksburg. This is on our road trip from East Texas over to, or on our way to Birmingham, Alabama. So, that's a little bit about what you're looking at. Stop making all this damn. So, got a little time between the wife's obligations as far as, well, what we come out here to do. I shouldn't say obligations. That doesn't sound good. Got family out here in Alabama for a wedding. And so I'm going to go see if I can get a little hike in and maybe get some pictures. So we're out here at Ruffner Mountain, and there's a little overlook here
I'm interested in seeing if I can get any pictures at. So let's get this party started. It's Ruffner Mountain, and it's an old mining area. And so I'm going to take a quick walk. I guess it's about 3 miles, and I ran 2 this morning, walked a half mile, and now we're going to get out here, get into the trail, and see if we can get a good spot to take some pictures. We are on the quarry trail. Let's make it happen. Thank you to the Alabama Forever Wildland Trust and Alabama State Lands Division of the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources. Thank you. Along with the Ruffner Mountain Nature Preserve. I love wild places. Supposedly some decent overlooks up here. Oh, we got a trail running. I love it. Awesome to see trail runners out here. My people. Even though I'm not a trail runner. Not yet. I gotta get back in the marathon circuit before I start hitting up trails. In marathon training, you end up so paranoid about twisting an ankle or some sort of stupid injury before a race. At least I did. I was always watching out for something stupid, like step off a curb wrong and screw up your marathon. That's not the goal, Bob. That's not where you want to be. It's beautiful being out here in this nature. Temperature's not hot, it's not cold. Getting up to these places you've never seen before, it just makes you feel alive. That's what it's all about. Getting out there and doing something, whatever your something is. As a hunter and a grunt, I always appreciate walking a ridge. The high ground, it means something. I didn't know exactly where I was going to come shoot today. I just knew I wanted to get out and get up to a higher elevation. I wanted to fly my drone, but not sure that that's a good idea out here. I looked around at the airspace. I don't know that it'd really be a problem. It's Class C airspace, but I just figured I'd get out here, get a little walk in, get a few shots of some elevation with the cameras, and then I gotta run back to get wifey at the church before rehearsal dinner tonight. So it's never ending, but it's beautiful out here. I love it. The Overlook Trail. There we are. Noted by the red. I'm gonna be cutting this one close. Trying not to make my wifey mad. Oh yeah. It's got a little elevation to it. The old limestone quarry they told me about. So here we are. We made it to the Cambrian Overlook. Not gonna have time to get to the second location, the second overlook, because my wife's gonna kick my booty if I'm out here playing photographer and hiking around in these little foothills of these mountains here. They're just little tiny foothills. But yeah, this is the overlook. This is what we worked for today, to get out here and see this. And I guess this is an old granite quarry where they used to have a quarry here, an active one that was working, but here we are. So out discovering new things in Alabama, and now it's time to try and beat the clock home, or straight to the church where I can get wifey and help with wedding preparations. Let's see if I can make it. Uh-oh. Whenever I hit a new city, I always try to get out and do something there. And I had no idea what to do in Birmingham. I had a couple ideas. Wasn't a lot of stuff on YouTube. it was incredibly appealing. There were a few things, and I wouldn't mind getting out and looking at some of their civil rights museums tomorrow, if I can, before the wedding. I don't know if I'll have time, but yeah, a lot of history here. Not all of it pretty, a lot of it downright ugly, but I think it's important to not forget our history, or to not deny our history. Seems like a lot of people just want to deny it now, and I don't get that. I'd rather be honest and open with my fellow Americans about what's transpired, and not try to deny what took place in this country. Oh, this damn camera. But yeah, I think there's a lot of Americans now that want to forget, or just want to flat out deny and kind of rewrite history. History isn't always pretty. It's usually an ugly, bit of Group A oppressing Group B, Group A going to war with Group B, and rinse and repeat for millennia. But sometimes we make some progress, we start to feel good about it, and then others come along. It seems like they want to reverse that progress. So I don't want to get into your politics, and I don't want you in mine. I don't care who you vote for. I don't have anyone to advocate. But the one thing I will advocate is don't deny our history. Don't deny what's happened to people. Don't deny that groups have been oppressed and horrible things have been done to them. I didn't do them. I might not be responsible for them, but it doesn't mean that I want to deny these things were done, or that somehow I feel guilty or hate myself because of it. I don't. But I want to acknowledge that history and honor it, and honor those people's suffering as a measure of respect for my fellow human being and my integrity, right? It's, at some point, it's about your integrity. What do you believe? And sometimes these media channels get people mixed up about what really happened. And that ain't any good either. But let's see if I can get back to the vehicle and to the church without getting oppressed by my wife. If so, that'll be today's miracle. And also taking time to just be happy that I'm in the woods. This is the type of thing that my father and I would do when I was a young kid. Go out in the woods and understand every inch of it. We would know the geography, the topography, and everything about it because we were hunters. I miss the old man. Let's get moving. So, that was the Quarry Trail here at Ruffner Mountain. I forget the name of the overlook. but 2 overlooks out here. One overlooks Granite Quarry. That was the only one I was able to get to due to time. The other one overlooks the valley, the surrounding area. And I think the second one that I didn't have time to get to is probably the more scenic of the 2. But yeah, nevertheless, so the quarry trail, it goes around and it's the trail marked in white, and then it connects to the overlook trail, which is marked in red. And it's about a total of 1.5 miles out and 1.5 miles back. So you're looking at about a 3-mile walk. Some little elevation change, nothing too extreme. If you're in decent shape, you shouldn't have a problem. But yeah, it was a good time. Now I got to get over to see the wife before I'm tardy and get put on timeout. So yeah, here it is, right there. So you got that quarry trail, shows us 1.2 miles. That overlook trail is 0.4 of a mile. So you start here and you hike your way around. You kind of just scale a ridge, and then you get up to this. You come down and around here for a while, and you go down a little bit in elevation, and then right where the overlook trail begins, it's, you know, steeper elevation. And I got out to this post here. I wasn't able to get out there. I just didn't have time. But yeah, it's Ruffner Mountain out here, and just outside of Birmingham, Alabama. It's I had no idea what it was going to be. Just, hey, let's pick a place, go there, and see how it goes, Bob. So, anyways, hope if you ever come out here, hope you get some time to enjoy it. It's beautiful. It's probably more beautiful in the summer, but it's probably also hotter in the summer. And I imagine that Alabama heat might get a little extreme. So I'm gonna get out of here and get off to the church, to this wedding. See if I can help out there, and before that wife gets at me. Y'all be cool. Well, we gussied up. We're gonna get our thing on. Where are we going?
We're going to a rehearsal and a rehearsal dinner.
Rehearsal and rehearsal dinner. Let's make it happen, Captain.